3, 2, 1, and we are live.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 15 of the Strictly Casual podcast. Today's episode comes out on May 15th. Episode 15, James, May 15th. Pretty awesome.
It's incredible.
Strictly Casual is your unoriginal podcast from unprofessional college students. And today we are going to be going over the Ghost of Tsushima live stream. We're going to be hitting the Unreal Engine 5 release trailer thing, some Mafia news, and just some all-around exciting stuff, in my opinion.
Very exciting episode for you in store today.
Yeah. James, how you doing?
Doing good. I shaved.
I love it.
Yeah, you do.
I miss Beard James, but I love it.
Okay. I miss Beard James as well.
I was getting ready to shave too, and I was like, no, I can't. I gotta just keep it a little while longer. It's just.
Then I want to see. Gross. I want to see more of it, Vin.
I don't.
I want to see its full potential.
I'm just too scared, bro. I need it just to come in here more, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I'm excited for it.
Me too. What have you been playing?
Bloodborne. A lot of Bloodborne.
Really? Okay, so you have jumped back in fully.
Yes, and so I restarted the game with my buddy Braxton.
Sure.
And I am now at the point where I left off in my first playthrough.
Okay. Are you telling me you've never beaten Bloodborne, but it's your favorite game of all time?
Yes.
I love it. Good. Okay.
It's not my favorite game of all time. It's my second favorite game of all time.
What's number one? God of War?
God of War, baby.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Epic.
That's why I've been playing. A lot of that.
Good.
Call of Duty, here and there.
Yeah. I know, I've been running too much Call of Duty. I'm in these 2v2 tournaments all the time. And so, like, it's like random pair-ups. And then the bracket's made, and you try to get to the top. I got kicked out right away last time. According to my family, I was being way too loud. And I should bring my PlayStation.
Playing out with Enzo?
Yeah, he was in a different team, but yeah. Apparently.
Oh, okay.
If I'm going to be doing this late at night, I need to bring my PlayStation into my garage because I am that loud.
Wow.
I was like, all right, we'll see how that goes down the line. But anyways, let's get right into it.
Let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff going.
Starting off yesterday, at 1 p.m. our time, we had a special state of play that was focused on Ghost of Tsushima.
It was incredible.
It was pretty awesome. It was pretty damn awesome. I would say, like, I wasn't sold on the game at first. The trailers were awesome. It looked awesome. It looked really cool. But I didn't really know, like, enough about it to be like, okay, I want to play this right now. And after this gameplay, I'm in. Like, I'm considering the pre-order. That's how in I am.
Wow. That's really in.
Because, I mean, the only games I'm buying for this generation are going to be Last of Us and Ghost at this point.
I don't even know if I could say the same, Ben. I'm seeing all these great games, and I'm hearing right now how my PS4 struggles to run Call of Duty.
I know, dude.
And I'm thinking one of these games is going to be the nail in the coffin for Sheila over here, okay?
Yeah.
Sheila's not gonna make it through Ghost of Tsushima, I'm thinking. Or Last of Us 2.
God. I know Modern Warfare's like cooking up at about 180 gigabytes right now, and it makes my PS4 scream. Absolutely scream.
Yeah.
It sounds like a ceiling fan. A loud, jittering ceiling fan. There's nothing I can do about it. But, James, before we break down the gameplay and everything, what was your initial reaction to it?
Initial reactions.
Yeah.
Open world exploration looks like it was, for me, the highlight of the gameplay reveal. Also, the open combat was very good. Very cool. The stealth didn't look super original.
It looked very Assassin's Creed-y. Yeah.
It looked very, like, cut and dry, normal stealth mechanics of, whatever. Yeah, Assassin's Creed, sure. So, I'm looking to see a little more of, like, what differentiates it from other games. You have the grapple hook. I saw one of that. We'll get more into this. We'll get more into this when we break down the gameplay in the actual trailer. Right. But there was a moment where he is on top of, like, a tent or a wall by a tent. There's a campfire, and there's the option to assassinate this dude in front,
Okay.
or just
Or
kill him,
slaughter.
and then, or slaughter the other one. And I
Yeah.
wanted to see what slaughter was,
Right.
but they didn't show it.
I imagine slaughter is just the loudest kill possible. Stealth is out the window once you slaughter. That's like my thought. But dude, I'm so excited for this now. Oh my god. I loved it. Okay.
Yeah. We should just get straight into it.
Yeah, let's break this down. So they broke up the gameplay into like different segments.
Right.
And James, these are primarily your notes because I was so enthralled I didn't write a single thing. I actually wrote, hold on, here we are. I wrote guiding wins, and after the guiding wins and stuff, I just stopped. I just watched the gameplay. So, so the first section that this was broken into was exploration. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start with this? Just hit the main stuff. Yeah, go for it.
I'll just go. So, regarding exploration, the main thing that they want the player to kind of experience is how can we let the island guide you, instead of like it is almost like a passive role that the player has in navigating the island, because it's the island is actively guiding the player. And so a way that the island does this is through this thing that you can activate called guiding wind, and that's just like kind of like almost an ability that you just kind of pop off, and then you'll see this like gust of wind lead you in the right direction, and it doesn't show you like exactly where to go, but it kind of gives you a direction of where to go. And then I mean, it is cool. And so
sorry, go for it.
No, I was gonna move on to
okay. I like how when you set a point on the map, you're not getting some giant neon beacon that's telling you to go like to this place, because it keeps like the ambiance and atmosphere of what they're trying to go for.
It keeps you immersed.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. I'm excited to see like how that actually plays out in game when you're like going through some like mountains or something and you have no idea which way to go. But I'm excited regardless. It'll be sweet.
It's cool. And so I think the guiding wind is going to be the best like way of, okay, you have a direction of where to go, but at the same time it's not breaking the immersion and giving you this giant neon light in the sky to go toward, right? Yeah. And so it has the little thing that says like, oh yeah, 450 meters.
Yeah, there's a little
to your objective, and so
it's not nothing.
There's a little indication like, oh, it's not getting any smaller, so I'm obviously going the wrong way, right? And so it's more subtleties that dictate that perception of whether you're going in the right direction. So in the trailer, he gets on his horse, starts going through these flower fields or whatever. Also, first, if I would recommend going to watch the trailer first.
Right, we're not gonna like be able to explain the graphics doing it justice. I think the graphics in this game look great. You kind of have to see.
They do look good.
Yeah.
Another reason for why I'm gonna probably wait to play it on PS5.
Fair enough.
So, as Jin is running through or going through on his horse through the forest, you see hostile wildlife. There's like a enemy indicator with a paw on it that like as he was going past a bear and he was like attacking two people.
Yeah.
So there's hostile wildlife. There's easy collection of resources while riding on your horse. He goes through some bamboo.
God bless.
And just presses R2, and it's not like in Red Dead where you have to like slow down. Well, no, you would like slow down and you'd like reach down
and grab it
and pick it up.
Got it.
Oh no, that's Horizon Zero Dawn I'm thinking of.
I think Red Dead you have to dismount and then you like squat down and go, and then you jump back on your horse and go.
Which is like cool, but like, come on.
Right.
So they talked a lot about things in the environment that actively like guide your attention, where you're like, oh, that's something cool over there. I need to go check that out. And so what they said was smokestacks, not as in like industrial smokestacks, but like
campfire smoke.
You know, smoke. Right. Campfire smoke is an indication of people in need in help. There will be people or animals even on the side of the road that try to get your attention. In the trailer, we see a yellow bird that comes along the player as he's riding on the horse,
which was sweet.
He like goes with you to this guy who like is by a abandoned house that you can get resources in. at later points there is they're like foxes that lead you to either like cool things or people that need help or like just whatever.
And you can pet the foxes.
And you can pet the foxes.
Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
The primary button to interact with these objects is R2, which is very interesting. Because normally it's like X or square, but I like R2 because it's easy to guide your horse and pick up resources at the same time. They have not detailed horse combat.
I know.
Or controls.
I was just gonna ask, like, when we get to the combat part. I'll wait. Keep going with the exploration.
Okay. Once you get to a location, you can then fast travel to it. So there is fast travel, and there are shrines, much like the Fallen Order style, where like you pick up. In Fallen Order, you go to like an echo, and then it'd be like 1 out of 3, and so you collect 3, and that'll increase your health.
Sure.
So it's the same kind of thing where like you collect 3 shrines, or you go to 3 shrines, and then you get an upgrade to your stamina, or your health, or whatever, depending on the type of shrine, I guess.
Yeah. Which is sweet.
Any more thoughts?
On exploration, I really just like the emphasis on the bird flying next to you as an indicator to like a world event's happening. I think is smart. That's pretty cool. That was awesome. They showed some amazing landscapes, like when he's climbing up the side of a giant like mountain with these orange and yellow trees around it. I thought that was just like incredible. It just looks gorgeous. I don't know, like the exploration itself looks pretty nice.
It looks good.
Yeah.
My only worry is that I'm a little worried about the frequency of this happening.
Okay.
I don't want to be bothered by birds flying out like every 2 seconds. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna like trying to distract. Like if I'm trying to go on a mission, there's a bird. Like I'm like, okay, like I got stuff to do, little birdie. Okay.
Fair
okay,
enough.
Woodstock.
But the nice part is it's not super intrusive. I'm sure it goes away right after you like turn away from it or like go the opposite direction of it.
Oh sure.
But I'm excited for it. I think it'll be pretty sweet. It's a cool feature. Okay.
All right.
That brings us
on to combat.
Yeah. The first.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
No, it's fine. The first combat section was called Jin the Samurai. Also, Jin is the main character of this game. That's his name. James, I don't want to steal your notes here. You can keep going if you want.
Okay. So it's divided into 2 parts. There's Jin the Samurai and Jin the Ghost.
Right.
So Jin the Samurai is the combat section, in which that's the head on the honorable combat.
Yeah.
As it is portrayed in the story. And so the first thing that they show is a standoff mechanic in which Jin approaches the gates to this Mongol camp, and he just says, I want to fight you. And
then the aspect ratio changes and the black bars come in to make it like super cinematic. Oh, it's so cool.
And so it's this epic one-on-one encounter. And then you hold triangle, and then I guess when you release triangle or you just go shing.
I love that so much.
And then it's the insta kill.
Okay.
And then he's done.
I noticed it while watching this that every single person you kill, you like slice them, and then they're still, and then they fall over, like in classic anime or something, like like you kill someone and they go and they fall over. But if that happens every single time, it's gonna get old fast. Like you should be able to like kill them and then.
I have to rewatch that because I didn't know. I didn't notice that like every single person did that.
Even if the only time it didn't happen is when you shoot someone with a bow and arrow, but every time you kill someone with a sword, they like wait there and scream and then fall over. It was so funny. I loved it.
So they made it a point where every strike must count. So it's this. I don't know whether that has to do with the stamina system.
Yeah.
Or what it is, but they made a strong emphasis on basically putting your combat resources to good use, right? Whether that's stamina, whether that's whatever. And so when you're fighting Mongols, they will come at you, and it's not like Assassin's Creed, the old games, where there'd be like a red exclamation mark,
Right.
or like Arkham where there's a red thing. It looks very like it's a lot more subtle than that. Then it says in those, to you it looks like there's a gleam of light coming from the opponent's blade before the strike.
Yeah, like when one of the guys pulled back to like stab Jin, like at the very peak of his pullback, there's a little light on his blade, and not like intrusive or anything, but like you could tell he's about to strike right after that. And then another guy raises
Like
it
if you're
above his
looking
head.
for it, you'll see it.
Exactly. If he raises it above his head and then comes down to slash, it's just right above the hilt. There's a tiny little like bling, and that's like I'm assuming that's like the give. That's the tell. Which is so cool too. That's awesome. Less HUD the better. Like the less stuff like that.
Right. I like how subtle it was. And there's hardly any HUD
It was awesome. I love it.
in the game. There's just the
Yeah.
so in the bottom left corner there's like these yellow circles,
Which I didn't
and
really.
I didn't know what those
Yeah.
were for at all.
Me neither.
And then it looked like they had little tiny things for like kunai
Mhm.
or some sort of like consumable.
I think Red Dead
but
did
that
it
was
pretty
it.
well too. It's like there's no HUD when you're actually like walking around and stuff, but then when you need it, like you have your gun out, the ammo's there and stuff like that.
Sure. Sure.
And I think they're gonna go for a pretty similar type thing. Okay, another question I had for you about the combat is what controls do you think they're using to like slash and stuff? Do you think this is like an R1, L1 thing, or like a R1, R2, or is it a square mash? I hope it's not a square mash.
The hope is that it's R2 or R1,
Right.
because that's what always kind of feels the best
Mm.
in these melee combat games.
Yeah.
The hold triangle thing for the standoff mechanic makes me think it's going to be squared triangle for
I know.
light
Yeah.
attack, heavy attack, but I have no idea. They didn't highlight it.
Right.
Well, it's only speculation
Yeah, sure.
from here. There are different stances for different enemy types. So I guess if someone has more of a pole arm spear, you want to be in a different stance than someone who just has a sword.
Yeah.
Or a different stance for someone with like a club or a knife. It's cool. It switches it up.
That's
It keeps
awesome.
things new. It keeps things fresh.
Yeah.
I can imagine situations where you are surrounded by like 5 or 6 different guys, and you have to quickly switch stances
That's
before
so
the
cool.
guy from this with the spear comes in, and you deflect him, but you don't have time to kill him, so you got to move to another stance to
Right.
kill this other dude, and then switch back
Mhm.
to the first guy who you just put off his balance, so you can kill him.
Yeah.
Could be very
Could
cool
be dope.
stuff.
I'm excited. I'm just very excited to see like what the hour-to-hour gameplay looks like in this game.
The core gameplay loop.
Right.
Very last thing about the combat. They mentioned if an attack is executed perfectly, it can insta-kill. They didn't really talk about what constitutes
Right.
as a perfect execution. Maybe the right distance, maybe the right angle that you have with the attack.
Yeah. So
Not entirely sure.
when you're watching this combat, did you notice that everybody dies quick? Like even the big guys was like 2 or 3 hits. And I know this is like someone playing this demo who obviously plays the game a lot because they're developing it. But it looked a little easy, and I don't know if that was for the sake of the demo, or that's just the combat. Like you have like each kill, like you have to execute everything perfectly for each kill. I don't know. Like I don't really know.
My speculation is that the person playing was good enough to get all
Okay.
these executions and these perfect kills.
Yeah.
But if you can't get those perfect kills, it's going to get really difficult really fast.
Like me playing Fallen Order, not parrying anybody, and so I could never get those cinematic kills. I would just, yeah. It's gonna be like that all over.
Just
again.
like that.
Got it. Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Oh god.
Ben can't parry for shit.
I can't, dude. I don't know. I just roll.
That's why you don't like Souls games either.
No, I'm a big roller, dude. I love Souls because I can roll all around and that's it. But I'm terrible. I'm so bad at it. God, I really need to get into a Souls game. Okay, we could talk about that later. I really want to get into it.
I'm gonna play a Bloodborne on New Game Plus. So when I go on New Game Plus, I'll jump in with you.
And we'll play. We could play doubles.
Yeah, it's multiplayer, dude.
That's so much more fun. That's
You just
so
got to
much
get the
more
beckoning
fun.
bell and the smoke. Okay, so
I have to get to a
real
point.
quick. So when you play, you use a resource for co-op because they want you to use it like sparingly.
Okay, fair enough.
So basically like you have a beckoning bell and a small resonance bell.
Mhm.
The beckoning bell is what you use to call other people into your game.
Got it.
Resonance bell is what you use to go into other people's games. And so you'll get insight along the way for defeating certain types of enemies or defeating
Okay.
bosses. Defeating a boss will give you insight.
Got it.
And so what that does is whenever you use the beckoning bell and someone comes into your game, and so what you would do if you wanted to invite me, you can't invite me, you just set a password
Got it.
on your
Okay.
game and make sure our passwords match up.
Yeah.
And so
That's cool though.
yeah, and so what happens is you consume one insight to call me into your game.
Got it. Okay. That'd be sweet. We can
And
check that
so,
out.
but you can also find consumables to give you more insight called Madman's Knowledge.
Got it. Madman's Knowledge.
So whenever
I
you
like
pop
that.
a Madman's Knowledge, you gain one insight.
Okay. Interesting.
Back to Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima. Okay, we on stealth. The next section
We're on stealth.
is Jin the Ghost, which is
What'd you think?
emphasis on stealth.
Overall.
I didn't really have a problem with it. That's coming from someone who likes the new Assassin's Creed, and this looks just like Assassin's Creed, this stealth part. So I agree with you that it didn't seem like anything super special.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a little unspecial. I know that's not even a word, but it felt like I was underwhelmed by the stealth. But
Yeah.
I feel like we only saw it in one situation, and it was a very generic situation.
Mm-hmm.
You have a little bit of height on someone, you jump off, you kill, you hide in some bushes. You might throw a ninja star or something, which was dope. That was cool. I liked that. Or it wasn't a ninja star, it was like a knife or something.
It was a kunai.
Yeah, it was sweet. Except they went into the neck both times on both people. I was like, I feel like if you get a neck kill, you need to like aim for it, and it looks like he just tapped something, and he killed them. I don't know. But James, you wrote throw wind chimes as distractions. It's just like throwing rocks in an Assassin's Creed game. It's just
like throwing
it's been there.
rocks. Yeah. At one point he threw some firecrackers.
Mm-hmm. Different bow and different arrow types.
Cool.
As to be expected, because if you have a bow and arrow, so you assume there's some sort of variation there, right?
Well, you have different types of bows and different types of arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different situations and stuff. That's cool. More customization, I guess, of
more variety of how you would approach a situation.
Okay, now this part you wrote, I thought was cool. That if you're doing great with the stealth and stuff, the Mongols start to fear you, and they'll like drop your weapons and cower.
Well, I think that's just an inherent like trait of you being the ghost.
Okay.
Is they know like your reputation and your notoriety behind being the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And so like in the gameplay you see this guy who is near one of the dudes you just killed, and he like falls on the ground and he's like no, don't kill me. Yeah, crawling backwards. And so I don't know, I forgot whether he just like stabbed him in the chest or just left him.
He just walks over very slowly and just brings the sword right down on his chest, comes out and walks away. Brutal.
Yeah. They made a point, they said at the very end, like, use the Mongols' own weapons against them, or their own strategy against them.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, that could be interesting. But then when I thought about it, it was just referencing the main objective of clearing the camps.
Oh, was it
which
the
was
fire?
like burning the. Yeah, it was the fire. So I'm like, I see how you can kind of like say that, but that was just the main objective that was driving the camp clearing.
And the Mongols are gonna have swords and stuff too, but so do you. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
if
so
there's
it's
any-
nothing like special.
Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't hate the stealth. I'm just not wowed by it.
My fear for this game, watching this gameplay, is that it's nothing special.
I don't know.
I want to see how it sets, like, specifically in the combat, I want to see how it sets itself apart.
Yeah.
And I guess you see some of that from, like, the changing stances and things like that.
Yeah.
but I'm just looking forward to how it's going to set itself apart from a combat mechanical standpoint.
Sure, that's fair. But I think I don't know. I'm not ready to say that it's going to have bad combat or anything.
I never said that.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying I'm not.
Right.
I need to see more, or I want to see more. I don't need to see more.
As do I.
Yeah. Okay, and then we have the next section. Oh, do you have anything else on stealth, or
Nothing else on stealth. We'll just go straight into customizing Jin.
That's right. Customizing Jin, a feature I love because I love dressing up my avatars, and it's just Destiny. You know what I mean?
Destiny?
Yeah, Destiny. And
fashion born?
Yeah, exactly. Just dressing up
Fashion
your characters
souls.
and making them your own gets a double thumbs up already from Vin. No matter what the case is. No matter what. So in this case, we're getting full customization of Jin. Alright, so the narrator says that the armor gives different mechanical advantages for different playstyles. So I guess we can assume when you're rushing into combat, you're going to want more armor, maybe stealth, less armor, and more sleek clothes or something. I don't know, stuff like that. What was your favorite look of Jin? Because they showed him in full beefed out armor and then nothing.
I think my favorite look for Jin is, I think the ghost costume is my favorite.
Me too, bro. It's like that, what's the word? Tactile black with the mask on, with a half cape in the back. It's so badass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
If I have the option to wear that, okay, here's the thing. If I were to wear that all the time, yeah, I would like that. But it also, when I want to be Jin the Ghost, I feel like it wouldn't,
Right.
It would take away the specialness of, okay, I'm going to be the ghost, and so I'm going to gear up to be the ghost, and I'm going to go in. If I'm dressing as the ghost all the time, it doesn't matter. But I guess,
here's what I'm really hoping.
I wouldn't...
Oh, go for it. Sorry.
No. What are you hoping?
I'm just hoping that the game incentivizes you enough to change your armor for each type of playstyle, because I would hate to be to make it super optional. If they're gonna have this feature, I want it to be it's gonna be so much harder with if you're going into a stealth thing and you have full combat armor on, that it becomes 10 times harder with the wrong armor. That would be more incentivizing to try out different things, which is cool. It adds just another thing to play around with.
Sure.
Sorry, what were you gonna say? Because I totally cut you off.
No. But what you said reminded me. Do you think that armor customization is going to be able to be something on the fly, or do you think you have to go to a certain point to change your armor?
It better be on the fly.
I hope it's on the fly so that I can change it, for those situations that you're talking about. Because if I'm I want to go into this stealthy and I'm wearing
big chungus armor,
huge big chungus armor, then I want to take that off and I want to go and approach situation. But also
the immersive part of me is okay, let's go to my home base, and change and come back. But the having fun video game player in me is okay, just let me change it on the fly, like Breath of the Wild or something like that,
Right. And it's also interesting because when you see the Ghost gameplay, it's all at night, as compared to combat is during the day. So if I have to wait till night to take a situation by stealth,
that's an interesting point. Maybe it's just harder during the day. That would be fine with me. But not impossible during the day. I don't want to wait to do something, or wait to if it's a stealth mission, I don't want to have to wait 30 minutes in game to make it night.
What if it's that you are planning to take on this Mongol stronghold, fortress, camp, whatever, and before you do it, I mean, you don't really see this in the gameplay, but I've seen other games where they'll give you the option up front, do you want to go head on, or do you want to take it stealth at night? And so right there you can make that decision, and then if you say, I want to go stealth at night, it would basically time jump to night, so that you don't have to wait a whole other day.
But I thought Assassin's Creed Odyssey did it well. You just hold down the touchpad, and the camera zooms up above your character, and then all of a sudden it's like a time lapse, and it goes from night, or it goes to day to night, and then it zooms right back down to your character, and it's all of a sudden nighttime, and then you can go in. It's kind of cool because the stealth in Odyssey is way better at night than trying to do that during the day. Because there's like torches and stuff. And you want to take out the people with the torches so the other people can't see anything, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But I thought that was a good way to do that.
Yeah, sounds great. I hope it just makes it easy on the player.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, keeps it immersive.
Exactly.
In addition to different armor giving different mechanical advantages, there are also charms that you can equip that'll give you buffs that will go towards those specific play styles. They didn't go into detail on what this might look like, but they're just, standard buffs. Yeah. And so they did mention this concept of this legend stat. And so as your legend increases, you can learn different techniques that will grow and evolve over time. Sounds kind of like a skill tree to me.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And then the last thing that they noticed that they went over is dye flowers that you can pick up different flowers to dye your armor or your clothes different colors.
Which is awesome. I love it. That's a good way to do it too. Breath of the Wild was similar, right? You have to collect certain resources to dye.
I didn't know that you could dye your clothes in Breath of the Wild until yesterday. So,
really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. It took me. I didn't know it till like probably 30 hours in at least. But pretty cool. Okay, they went over a couple more things at the end here.
Finn, why don't you take on this next one? Because this is right up your alley.
Okay, so there's photo mode. And I'm a big photo mode guy, especially I love photo mode in Uncharted. I loved it in Assassin's Creed. I loved it in Fallen Order. It's just fun. Like, there's moments where the film geek in me walks around a corner and sees the lighting is just right and my character looks sweet. I jump into that photo mode. I make the depth of field. I get that going. Maybe put a little filter on it. Maybe. Sometimes they're really shitty, but, maybe. And then, I don't know, just play with it. Play with the character a little bit. And so they're adding a photo mode in Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm not really surprised about. But it looks like they're giving a lot of cool features, including video. So, like, obviously you can clip videos on PlayStation already. But they're adding sound. You can add soundtrack music to it, to like a still video of like the wind rushing on Jin's clothes and stuff. And I think they're giving me more options than other games, but photo mode's cool.
I think so. That you can have the option of like the wind, right? If you want more wind to like blow your clothes around, they have. If you want different types of like bamboo shoot leaves or like flower petals or like whatever, they have a bunch of different types of falling foliage to customize that to kind of and capture that Japanese rural aesthetic.
It's cool. I'm all about it. I don't really like.
I'm probably
go search for photo mode opportunities though. I know some people do and they're really good at it. There's a couple like accounts on Twitter that just do like GIFs and photos from games, from their photo capture modes, and it's incredible. I just like, I don't know, sometimes I see a good opportunity, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this opportunity and use it. But that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
I'm probably not gonna use it. But
at all? You'll try it, right?
Probably not.
Maybe. Just you'll try it once. You gotta try it. Come on, James. You got this. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. For photographer, Vin.
All right. This is awesome to me. So this next one.
This is my favorite part of.
Before the game starts, I'm watching it with Enzo in my room, right? Where we got it on the TV because Enzo's way more excited about this game than even I am. He's like very stoked for this.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we're sitting down waiting to watch it, and he says, like, Vincent, I wonder if, like, you'll be able to, like, do it in Japanese. Like, wouldn't that be cool? Like, wouldn't that be more, like, immersive and stuff? And we were joking around, like, oh, that'd be sick. And what do you know? At the end of the trailer, they say that you can do the entire thing hearing it in Japanese with English subtitles. And you bet your ass I am absolutely doing this. There's no
Yeah.
question.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I was listening to some other people talk about it, and they're like, "Oh well, that's gonna take me out of the moment if I'm reading the subtitles." I'm like, "Nah, you're gonna be all in." But the one thing I'm concerned about is what the part they showed was that the mouth is not even close.
It was bad dubbing.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it was bad dubbing.
And so I'm a little concerned about that.
I was just gonna bring that up. I was like, when they showed it and I did the close up on the girl's face, and she was talking in Japanese, it just did not look good.
Yeah, I hope it's just the scene we saw.
I wonder if that's how people who watch sub anime feel when they have to switch over to dub anime.
Probably. Okay, real quick, this is ridiculous. My parents are watching this show, and my dad's like, "Vincent, come upstairs. I need you to like see if something's wrong with the PlayStation or whatever," because they're watching Netflix on the PlayStation. I'm like, all right. And so I'm watching this show, and the words are not matching up with the mouths that move. I'm like, Dad, this is like a Spanish show. Like, there's just someone else. This is a dub. This is not like originally in English or anything. He's like, "Oh, I restarted the projector. I restarted the PlayStation. I couldn't figure out what's wrong." So 3.5 seasons later, my parents are still watching this on the dub because they're used to the character voices. I'm like, oh my god. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But
that's
I don't
funny.
know. I'm excited for the Japanese voice track. That's pretty sweet to me. That's an awesome option.
Yeah, it is cool. I'm probably going to use it because it feels more authentic to me.
Yeah.
Even though the game was made with American or English voice actors.
I'm sure they're trying to do
more
it justice
true to the story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
They probably have consultants and everything making sure it's perfecto.
Mm-hmm. The very last thing going on here is super cool. As this game, they mention, is very strongly influenced by samurai cinema.
That's right, baby. Shout out Akira Kurosawa.
There is a samurai cinema filter option that as you play the game, you can play it in the very grainy black and white with like the imperfections of the film on the film screen.
So sick.
And it looks very cool.
It looks awesome. Now,
it looks very cool.
I wish the screen I play on was HDR because that would look very nice in black and white. Playing in 4K on a PS5, but maybe there will be an eventual upgrade. But for now, negative. But I don't think I'll play on that mode throughout the game. I think that'll be like after I beat the game, I turn that on.
Maybe a new game plus.
Yeah, because I want to see all the colors and everything, dude.
Cinema.
They made it. The landscapes are so cool. I would hate to just wash them out.
Yeah.
But it's
especially with the
awesome
beautiful
feature.
Leaves
Yeah.
and the fall, like the yellows and the pinks and the reds.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited this feature's in here.
Me too. Very cool.
Okay, James. We just did 42 minutes on Ghost of Tsushima.
You're about to get another solid 20 or 30 on the Unreal Engine 5 reveal on this PS5 tech demo.
And we're going to have to
skate
through the rest of this.
Wow, what a pun.
Because we're talking about Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Unreal Engine 5 reveal.
Let's get into it.
Yep.
Just to overview,
yes.
Very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Well, for those of you who don't know, right, Unreal Engine 5 is the next iteration of the Unreal Engine. This was presented by Epic Games, and this engine will be running on the PS5, Xbox Series X, and high-end PCs, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, I think it was Tuesday morning? Wednesday morning?
I want to say Tuesday morning.
Okay, Tuesday morning, 8 a.m., Jeff Keighley, Summer Game Fest.
No, it was Wednesday. I apologize.
Okay, Wednesday. Because I get the Tony Hawk and this one flip.
Yeah.
We get Summer Game Fest live stream with Jeff Keighley. And did they announce? They didn't announce what it was going to be. Just the morning
No, they did not. Jeff Keighley just said it would be one of the more important summer game fests
announcements
of the summer.
And so they open up with how did it start? Was it just the trailer?
It started with it was two guys
Tim
talking
Sweeney.
about from Epic Games.
Oh,
no, it was not
that's
Tim
right,
Sweeney. It was
that's
two other guys
Mhm.
from Epic Games talking a little bit about it, about a little bit about Lumen,
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit about some of the stuff they were going to be
The
showing off, but not
nanites.
going into super huge detail. The nanites.
Which is badass. That sounds like a dystopian future word. Like the nanites took over. Okay,
It's
anyways.
pretty freaking cool.
So they start off. The whole thing we got was about a 10-minute tech demo of the Unreal Engine
Mhm.
5 running on a PS5.
Playable,
Yes.
like almost looks like it could be like a game tech demo, to the point where people were asking like, oh, is this like a game that's going to be released? No, it's just a tech
Right.
demo. It's a playable tech demo.
And if Gamescom was happening, they said that it
GDC.
was... Oh, GDC. Too many canceled
Right.
events, man. Such a bummer.
Mhm.
They said it was going to be playable there, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to really get their hands on these since there's no live events anymore.
Sure.
But I guess let's do a quick rundown of what they got here, because it's pretty impressive.
All right. I'll just kind of skate through it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. So they showed off was global lighting concepts in the form of their technology called Lumen and nanite polygon generation.
Mm-hmm.
That is shown in this demo. So it starts off with a character. It's a young woman. She's in this cave with dynamic lighting coming through the top of the
That's
cave
awesome.
onto stalactites and this wall with rocks, and it looks super beautiful.
Right.
I wrote damn near photorealistic,
I would say.
and then I updated that after about a minute of gameplay, saying I take that back. Looks fucking real.
Yeah, when they started moving that light around, I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, it looks very good.
They do a
at one
zoom
point.
Oh, go for it.
At one point, they zoom in on
Oh, yeah.
the rock face of this cave, and they turn the camera to show the polygons,
Mm-hmm.
right? The polygons that they make these game worlds out of,
Yeah.
and it looks like sound, right? And
Right.
they even make the distinction like, oh, you might think this is sound, but this is actually every single one of those little pixels
Right.
are little
Or noise.
triangular
They look like
polygons.
noise. Yeah.
Right, noise, sorry.
Which is the
And
grainy
so-
stuff.
Right, it's super grainy. Like,
Yeah.
imagine like looking at an old TV like that's not on a
Yeah,
real
that's
channel,
noise.
and it's all the static, right?
Mhm.
And so it looks like that, and you're like, whoa, what is that? And so that's all the polygons.
It was millions,
which
they
is
said, in that
millions.
just shot.
Yeah, millions. And
Yeah.
so they have hundreds of millions of polygons within these worlds.
But they said in the
Uh,
entire demo, there was billions of
Yes.
polygons in the whole thing.
And so it is, yeah, literally I say hundreds of billions of triangular polygons.
It's insane.
You see, like, she goes through some water, some blue ass water,
Some
and it is
blue-ass
like
water.
it is clear, and it like splashes around as she's like going through it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, that is
It really does.
there's one moment where she goes through this cave, and there's bats that
Mhm.
come out of the cave, and he makes a point saying that the particles in the world interact with each other, like, as in those bats
Yeah.
as particles were interacting with each other as they're going out of this cave.
Mm-hmm.
New water simulations. There's the chaos physics system that we see towards the end of the demo, with when she is running through this city and she's flying, and you see towers coming down and stuff like that. It's incredible.
That whole gliding
there's-
sequence was like, my mind was kind of blown, but you really feel like the way they did the camera and everything, that helped a lot. But you drop
Sure.
off the balcony with her, and you see her flying and running and jumping and stuff. I was like, oh, it was awesome. And
It was awesome.
think about this, James. I want to bring this up. They say, like, the narrator or whatever, when she walks out into the balcony and you see everything in the distance, everything out to the horizon line, perfectly
Sure.
clear. If you, it's that like looking to the horizon has only been here the past like 6 or 7 years, if you think about it. Like, there's games early on the PS4 or late on the PS3 where it's just cloudy gray out there, and you can see maybe, like, I don't know, a quarter mile in front of you, let's say, in game.
Sure.
And it's just, like, cloudy after that, or it would be, like, sand to cover up the horizon. You can literally see structures in the very far, and that's, like, it seems like nothing, but it's huge. That's all I gotta say. Okay.
Pop-in is a thing of the past.
Truly is a thing of the past.
Another thing that I should mention before we move on to the dev interview is the lumen lighting system effectively just makes light behave like light should.
Yeah.
Instead of forcing developers to kind of like calculate how lighting behaves in a certain atmosphere. Like, so for an example, the demo, there's this huge ceiling that like opens up, and you see the sunlight into this like cave filled with all these like soldiers of armor, almost like terracotta soldiers, but they're just armor. And so light is bouncing around this entire like cave, and the developers don't have to try and figure out how light is going to bounce off of each one of the soldiers' armor. They just put the light in, and light just kind of behaves how it should behave.
And this is important. This is awesome for that, I think, too. They show the main character walk into one room with a single statue. And they said it's a film asset, like a CG movie asset. And they don't have to get a small scaled down version for a game asset anymore. They can bring a full size CG asset right in. And it looks incredibly detailed, and she walks around it, and everything, you can see broken pieces on it. It's beautiful. And then she walks into the next room, and there's 500 of those full-size assets in the room. Billions of polygons, or whatever he was saying. And it doesn't even drop a frame, bro.
It does not. It's so smooth. And this is on a PS5, mind you.
Yep.
This entire demo is on a PS5.
That's right.
It's not on a super high-end PC that they put $3,000 into. This is on a PlayStation 5 that they're running this demo on. It's really funny, Vin. You actually sent me a tweet of like it's the playthrough of the tech demo, but instead of the sound, someone just has like a fan on.
The PS4 fan going. Just like it's like quiet. And then she walks out onto the balcony, and it, like, goes up a little bit, and then she jumps off, and it goes full jet engine, bro. Loud as hell. You can't even hear what's going on. You only hear the jet. Oh, it's so funny.
So good. It's so funny.
It's too true.
So after she walks into this portal at the very end of the trailer, it goes straight into this interview. And so, like, while it was kind of a very roundabout interview and they talked about a lot of stuff, I did try and pick out some of the main points. And so it's because of the PS5's SSD drive, or I guess SSD, since D stands for drive already, that they're able to stream all this content so quickly, and it is able to look and feel this good, is because of that recall rate from the SSD.
It's just impressive. I can't wait to see how games implement this or use it.
Yeah, it's huge, and they even said that the PS5 SSD is far ahead of high-end PCs. That's awesome. A direct quote. From Tim Sweeney. It's going to be really interesting to see how this impacts the market of SSDs for these high-end PCs, and see, because this is a wrench in the cycle of traditional hardware. Normally, it's always that the console is subpar to the high-end PC, right? And so this is very different. Even if it suffers in maybe like GPU or CPU, that high-end SSD, you see what they can really do with that in terms of this tech demo. And it's going to be interesting to see how the entire hierarchy of the market might change. Maybe it won't at all, but we'll just have to see it. I can't wait. Another huge advantage of the Unreal 5 engine is that developers don't have to build content multiple times for different platforms.
It's awesome.
They just have tools to scale it to respective platforms, so you don't have developers taking a huge amount of time for
Right.
ports to other consoles.
No,
They
dude,
just
this is
implement
big.
some tools.
This is like
Yeah,
streamlining
this is huge.
development. This is gonna shave off months off release time. Maybe more. I don't really know how much that specifically affects it, but the things that they're doing to make this faster, such as having real light and not programming how the light's gonna bounce off things, little things like that, is gonna speed up so much stuff, which means faster games for the consumers, but still at the high quality that the devs want them to be.
A huge point that they made, I don't remember if it was the devs in the last interview or before the tech demo.
Yeah.
They said a lot of their stuff is so that they can make creating games as art as it can be, and not about the minute details
Yep.
of trying to figure out how these different mechanics work, and more about let's just keep it to the art of making a game. If
It's
you want to
super
make
cool.
this game, we'll give you the tools to make it, so you don't have to worry about the little tiny nitty gritty elements.
Aspects and all that.
Right. One cool thing that one of the devs talked about, I don't think it was Tim Sweeney, it was one of the other ones.
Okay.
But he talked about how different light sources might serve for different functions. With the Lumen engine, how because a candle might better illuminate an entire room, and it can go kind of behind a wall because of how the flame works. It's an open light that might be better suited in a given situation than a flashlight, which is a very direct source of light. Yes, a beam. And lastly, going back to just development, beyond the cost of using the engine, they don't have to pay for all these other little assets that are included, that are normally just included in the engine. So it is taking out a lot of the cost restrictions for developers who want to pursue dreams of creating these projects that they can pour a lot of themselves out of into.
And God bless them.
God bless them.
This is cool. It was a nice surprise.
It's incredible.
It's awesome. Only time will tell, when we actually see results coming from this from devs.
Right.
Also, they tried to make it a huge point that Fortnite is coming to Unreal Engine 5 at the beginning of 2021. They just kept saying it over and over. So, shout out you Fortniters.
Shout out Travis Scott.
They're like, Fortnite is coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X. Well, no shit. Let's scam kids on another console. All right.
Hey, I want to see that Travis Scott concert in Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, let me see it. Okay, we're 55 minutes in, and we have a lot more news stories.
Yeah, we do. We'll just
There's one
keep
big one
grinding,
I'm
then.
just going to cut straight up later on.
Okay.
The one that I wrote. But, okay, next we're jumping in. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remastered announced. This is a Summer Game Fest announcement that was Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday.
No, Tuesday. It was before that.
Okay, you're right. It was before. It just went right into the trailer, I think. I don't think Jeff Keighley even introed it or anything. It was a cool trailer, went back and forth with the old generation and the new generation of the graphical changes and all that. There's a revamp to mechanics to make it play smooth on new consoles, because Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 didn't even have analog sticks, it was just the D-pad. Huge graphical upgrade. All old stages are back remastered, and there's a stage creator where you can make your own stages and put them online for other people to download. That's pretty awesome. Couch co-op making a return, and Tony Hawk himself is part of the creative team overseeing the games.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, and he seems pretty proud of it too. He seems pretty excited about it, which is awesome.
I love Tony.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
And this is releasing September 4th, 2020 on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, which is September 4th is also Tony Hawk's birthday.
Oh.
Cute.
Happy birthday, Tony.
If you are excited for Tony Hawk Pro Skater, double thumbs up for you. It's coming. People have been wanting this, apparently. So sweet. Also, I like how they made a point about couch co-op. I don't want to see couch co-op die. because
I don't either.
it is dying.
Yeah.
That's all I got for Tony Hawk. You got anything else for Tony Hawk?
It's cool.
Yep.
I probably won't play it or buy it, but
Right. And
more power to you.
dude, all these remasters are coming out right before the PS5 and Xbox One. This game is not gonna sell. It's so sad.
It is sad, but who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Let's move on to the other announcement.
Yep.
Because we still gotta grind through
I know.
this.
Yep.
So following tweets on the Mafia Twitter page, finally we got a Mafia trilogy announcement from IGN's YouTube channel.
Little teaser.
We got a little teaser. We got 4 screenshots that look like
We got
they're
more.
straight out of. Oh, we got more since
we got like
then.
9. No, they all came out at once, but those were the 4 like highlighted ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just saw the 4 that were highlighted.
Yeah.
It looks great. It looks so
Dude.
beautiful. I love Mafia 2.
So I knew there was Mafia screenshots, the Mafia game has been. I didn't know they announced the remasters. Is what I'm saying, and I'm scrolling on
Sure.
Twitter, and I saw it was like Mafia remaster screenshots, and I thought it was a joke
Mhm.
because one of them looks straight up like a screenshot from a Scorsese movie, bro. I click on it, and I had to zoom in to be like, oh my god, this is remaster, bro. This ain't no movie. It looks real. Damn near
Wow.
real.
Incredible. Can't wait to play it on next gen. On May 19th, there's going to be a reveal of what exactly this Mafia trilogy will be.
Yep.
From the 30-second teaser, we have, it looks like a remaster of all 3 games, Mafia 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And so May 19th is the magic day that we'll receive a lot more information.
Which
That
is
will
actually in 4
be
days.
Tuesday.
Sweet.
Great.
I hope that's a PS5 drop.
I do too.
Yeah. That's all I got.
I never played the first one. Did you play the first one?
No, me neither. That was...
Did
Dude,
you-
Mafia was like PS2.
Did you play any of them?
I started Mafia 3, and I couldn't get into it because the hero is... Okay, alright, everybody. Here we go. Here's my Mafia game breakdown, or gangster film breakdown. If you want the audience to root for a bad person, you need to make him an anti-hero. Someone who has qualities that you can actually root for. Not just a bad person. Nobody likes to watch just a bad person. And that was my problem with Mafia 3. I played like 30 minutes, and he's just a bad guy. He's not likable in any sense of the word. So I stopped playing.
But in Mafia 2, you play as Vito, who's a
Dude,
war vet.
Yeah.
He's great.
Okay, sweet.
I love Vito. Vin, I
I'm-
can't wait for you to play it.
Dude, you know I'm
Vin,
gonna
we're
like
going to
Vito.
do a playthrough. We're going to do a Twitch playthrough through Strictly Casual.
I love it.
And we're going to play through Mafia 2.
Okay.
And you're going to review. You're going to play it. I'm not going to play it. I'm going to watch you
I
play
literally
it.
cannot wait. Because you don't understand my love for Mafia movies, Mafia shows, Mafia everything. I love it so much. Like, I'm watching The Sopranos right now, and I cannot stop. It's so good.
This is coming from one of the most Italian men you'll ever meet.
Alright, I am so stoked.
Vincent Anthony DeSantis.
I will be playing the Mafia remastered. Quote me now. I will be playing. I'm very excited. Okay, that's
Great.
it. That's all I got on Mafia.
Moving on.
Okay, this one's quick. This is a quick little...
This one's quick.
Okay.
All we got was a little like.
Yeah,
You know
so
what? Just go for it.
Sony announces a new PlayStation Studios branding for its first-party PS5 games. This comes from Chaim Gartenberg at The Verge. I don't really have to read all this. Basically, they released on Twitter a little 30-second video. It looks just like Marvel, obviously influenced and copied. It's the PlayStation Studios thing with all their characters on the logo, and then it like wraps around. It has epic music going on. It's like, oh, Kratos, and then you have Aloy and Joel and Ellie and Spider-Man, and then it's like almost damn near like the Avengers, and it goes, and then it's like PlayStation Studios with a clean graphic, and it fades out.
Very clean.
Now, this will not be coming on upcoming PS4 games like The Last of Us Part 2 or Ghost of Tsushima, because this animation will start on the PS5 games themselves, probably on the boot up window, and I'm sure on the trailers that they're starting to show. That's it.
It's cool.
Yep.
there's nothing really much to say about
No,
it.
it just looks cool. It's a cool 30-second video. Definitely check it out, but a little copying the Avengers.
A little bit. All right. Moving on. Ubisoft Forward is announced for July 12th. Now, this is an event much like the type of event they'd put on at E3, but it is their own shindig. Not quite a part of the Summer Game Fest.
Yep.
It is their own independent thing. The quote directly from the Ubisoft News website is, quote, with physical gaming gaming shows around the world postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Ubisoft will be hosting its first digital conference called Ubisoft Forward on July 12th at 12 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Get ready for an E3-style showcase with plenty of exclusive game news, exciting reveals, and much more. End quote.
Okay. This is a little far out, in my opinion. But it's fine. We're going to get a lot of news before then, but this event feels too far from now. It feels like a lifetime away. A couple months.
It does. 2 months.
I'm sure we're getting Assassin's Creed stuff then. We'll get Watch Dogs Legion stuff. They're going to announce the game they haven't announced yet. It'll be big.
Maybe a new Rainbow Six game?
That'd be interesting. But since they said they're putting Siege on PS5 and Xbox One, I think
That's
they're going to
right.
arrive that
I
way
forgot
a
that they
little
put
longer.
Siege. I forgot they put Siege on, but maybe more content for Siege.
They already did, dude.
Or maybe
there's a content to this week or next week. There's something coming out.
wow.
Crazy.
Maybe they'll show what it's gonna look like on next gen hardware.
Because God knows it needs a graphical upgrade. A little
Oh yes, it does. I'm gonna move on, Vin.
bit. Yep, do it.
Is that cool?
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep rolling.
I was especially happy to report on this, coming from Michael McWhirter, our favorite Polygon journalist.
Mm-hmm.
Don't expect to see any of Elder Scrolls 6 anytime soon. That's our own title, but basically the same thing.
Yep.
A lot of this stems from a tweet that Pete Hines put out saying, this was in reply to someone asking about more Elder Scrolls 6 news. He said, quote, it's after Starfield, which you pretty much know nothing about. So if you're coming at me for details now and not years from now, I'm failing to properly manage your expectations. End quote. McWhirter says, don't hold your breath for major Starfield or the Elder Scrolls 6 reveals when Microsoft and Sony Interactive Entertainment start talking more about Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 games in the coming months. You'll be much happier with lowered expectations. The same article mentions 2 games that we saw trailers for at previous E3s that are still in development under Bethesda Softworks, which is not the same as Bethesda Game Studios, but these have yet to have any further content release. One is Deathloop from Arcane Studios, and the other is Ghostwire Tokyo from Tango Gameworks. 2 games that both got cinematic trailers, and that's about it.
Sweet.
And then they're still putting out content for Elder Scrolls Online. I know that's Bethesda Softworks, not Bethesda Game Studios, but still a Bethesda property.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that, Vin?
I don't.
This actually,
I
a
mean,
lot of discussion.
We have years from now till we're gonna get Elder Scrolls. I think the news that it was happening broke a little too early. I think people are gonna start complaining that oh, we've been waiting years. Well, yeah, you've been waiting years because it's been pretty early in development right now. Who knows? They might still be writing the thing. You know what I mean?
Right. And then we got one trailer for Starfield.
Exactly.
And that's supposed to be coming before Elder Scrolls 6.
And they'll do at least a year and a half in between release. At least.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Pish posh for now.
Pish posh for now. Doom Eternal receives Game State Update 1.
What's the quick rundown on the Doom Eternal game state?
You got empowered demons, which are basically like when a demon kills you in one game, that demon goes to your friend's game, and it's like empowered and badass. And then when your friend kills that demon that killed you and avenges your death, you get tons of health and ammo.
That's
and
dope.
Bonus XP.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really cool. Battle mode in all caps enhancements. This is the multiplayer for Doom Eternal. Anti-cheat enhancements, little tutorial changes, just a little more quality of life.
Sweet.
Things that fine-tune to make it a little more lively. And there's also some single-player quality of life improvements, just some balancing, expanded demon tutorials, and dashing vertically in water and adjusting toxic damage while swimming. Just a little more water
tweaking it
things.
out. Sweet. Yep. Are you gonna? You haven't beat it yet, right?
Dude, I haven't played it since the last time I streamed it, which was like a month ago. I need to jump back in. It's hard. I might scale the difficulty down.
I want to watch your stream of you playing it. Okay, this one I'm just gonna skip over. I just think it's hilarious. Political advisors suggest Joe Biden Fortnite event, and they basically go in to say, since Travis Scott's Fortnite thing was such a success and drew so many eyes, they want to put Joe Biden into Fortnite with a concert surrounding it, so that Joe Biden puts on this concert. He's like, check out my favorite artists, check out Nicki Minaj, you know what I mean? People who he's had no idea who they are. They all perform for Joe. I think this is hilarious. I think it's ridiculous, absolutely stupid that they're about to market to children who can't even vote. Can't even vote. Rant over. It's hilarious. If you want to read more about it, keengamer.com has an incredible article detailing everything that the political advisors suggested for Joe. And that's all. We can move on.
It's great. Why don't you take this next one, man?
Paper Mario, the Origami King. We got a little surprise trailer yesterday.
I'm actually really excited for this because I love Paper Mario. Did you play Paper Mario back in the day?
No, I didn't. I never played a Paper Mario. I mean,
I love Paper Mario. It's turn-based combat.
I wrote, it looks like a fun art style. I'm personally not super excited, but I'm glad other people are super excited about it. It releases July 17th. It looks cute. It looks cute. What can I say?
Loved it was so fun back in the day on GameCube.
Little Princess Peach origami. God, so nice. And then I said I'm a big fan of these random trailer drops. It makes the day-to-day game news seem more exciting.
Yeah.
That's all I wrote. I'm sure you have more. You've played Paper Mario, you know?
It's just turn-based Mario combat. It's cool. I like it.
Sweet. Coming to Switch, July 17th. Which is a couple days after the Ubisoft event.
Ubisoft.
Epic. Okay. And now it's time for everybody's favorite segment, Random Fun Stuff. Maybe nobody's favorite segment, but definitely my favorite segment. Maybe. It's up there. Okay, let's hit it back and forth, baby.
Let's hit it, baby.
Alright, you want to start or you want me to start?
I'll start it off.
Alright.
Battlefield 5 reveals a new character for online multiplayer, and a dope CG trailer.
This trailer's actually really sick. If you want to watch it, it's pretty awesome. I had to write it in. I also like Battlefield 5 a lot and hate a lot of things about it, but it's a good game. Okay. Valorant team bans over 8,000 cheat. Oh my god. Valorant team bans over 8,000 cheaters in closed beta. That's it. Cool.
Good for him.
They're banning people.
Good for him.
Yep, great.
Great. Mm-hmm. GTA 5 is the next free game on the Epic Games Store. Available now.
Is it available now?
Yes.
Dude, do they have the Mac version on there?
I would assume if they have the PC. If it runs on Mac, they'll have it.
I think it runs on Mac. I'm gonna download.
Go pick it up, baby.
I'm just gonna see how it runs on here. Probably terrible.
Right.
I can't wait to play it in full potato graphics. Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger is free DLC in Predator Hunting Grounds. Sweet.
Epic.
Should have launched with it, but sweet.
Yeah. PGA Tour 2K21 announced with the new trailer stories from IG.
Did I write?
What?
Did I write that?
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I got no idea where stories from IG came from, but my bad.
Oh, no. I wrote stories from IG because I had like 3 stories I got from IGN's Instagram account.
Okay. Yeah.
So it just went on to that.
PGA, let's get some golfing in, baby. Okay, Diablo 2 remaster coming out Q4 of 2020.
Diablo.
Is it actually? Diablo 2 remaster?
What?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, Diablo 2.
That's cool.
Baby. Yeah.
Sweet.
It comes from IGN's Twitter or Instagram account.
Mm-hmm.
Also from IGN's Instagram account. I keep wanting to say Twitter account. Assassin's Creed Valhalla gets some season pass details outlined. And they say it will include the Legend of Beowulf story mission. Quote, players will discover the cruel truth behind the legend. End quote, kind of alludes to more of the mythology towards Valhalla, which is always welcome.
Totally.
In my book. We got some of that with Odin in the cinematic trailer. I'm looking to see more of that.
It'll be sweet.
Should be cool.
Yeah, get these tales, like these mythic tales. They throw them in there. It's just fun. It's cool.
Really cool.
And that, baby,
all right,
that is episode 15. Very heavy on Ghost of Tsushima. Just how we like it.
Just how we like it.
Just how we like it. Coming up soon on the Strictly Casual podcast, episode 16 next week, of course. And we just got the news is just gonna keep on rolling. We're heading into summer's full season, which is
a lot of Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, Summer Game Fest. Shout out Jeff Keighley. It's good stuff so far.
Shout out Jeff Keighley.
I like how it's spread out. I like how it's not all one big event, because that way we're not super disappointed when they announce like 10 things that we don't really care about. It's kind of a good play.
Yeah.
Sweet. Dope. That's all I got.
Dope. That's great. I got nothing, Ben.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful day.
Wait, gotta promote socials.
Discord down below. Also, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, a subscription would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, it would.
Just a like, comment, anything. Our Discord's below. You can connect with us. Get discussion topics in for next week's episode. Questions that you want answered. Literally anything. We're just here trying to have a good time. Build a little casual community. You know what they say.
Strictly casual community.
Strictly casual community. That's it. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.